This is the Halftime Show with Omar Adori on Pulse 95.
Yes, we are live in the House Sharjah on Pulse 95 Radio with me, Omar Adori. Can't wait to share the show with you today because I've got a professional boxer who is going to light up the room on the only place to be at 3, the Halftime Show. Right, what it takes to become a professional fighter. We all know how it looks on the outside of the ring, but how does it look from the inside? And that's why we bring you athletes from all around the world. And this guy is no different. He's someone that has fought at the top level. He's a professional boxer who's fought all around the world, winning the German and WBC Baltic silver heavyweight title. And he's also fought names you might know on the TV screen: Carlos Takam, Derek Chisora, and the list goes on to develop his colourful career. He now resides in the UAE but fights all over the world and coaches athletes too. Shout out to my RBO crew as well who are listening in on Pulse 95 Radio, Pulse95Radio.com, our app, Sharjah Broadcasting Authority. Even if you're chilling at home watching us live on YouTube, thank you very much for connecting. And make sure you buckle up because I guarantee you it's going to be an awesome show on the only place to be at 3, the Halftime Show on Pulse 95.
This is the Halftime Show with Omar Adori on Pulse 95.
Sure is that time, and yes, you are tuned in on Pulse 95 Radio, the heart of Sharjah, on the Halftime Show with me, Omar Adori. Thank you very much for everyone who's locked in today with me here. And you know what, man? I tell you, I always bring the best people on the show. And you guys who are tuned in on Instagram Live are probably just jumping in. Shout out to Almas, Lulu, Boxing Expertise, Lynn, Nimir, Ninja, Mustafa, Nina, Zaruni, Kareen, Rashid, Jobo, Lara, Zaruni, Rochelle, Megan as well, Debo, all the way from the US, Terry, and everyone else. Thank you very much for tuning in. My guest today, Senad Gashi, is in the building. Let's give him a little bit of a round of applause. Senad, what's going on?
Yo, what's up, buddy?
How you doing?
Yeah, I'm fine. How are you, man?
I'm very happy that you're here on the show with me today, man. What an honor to have you here. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for the invitation.
For coming on the Halftime Show. You've been a busy guy recently. We're going to get into that a little bit. But I want to ask you first, Senad, how did it start for you in boxing?
My father was a sportist, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So I hadn't really a chance. I had to do something with sport too, yeah?
Yeah.
So he brought me to the boxing, and yeah.
How old were you?
9.
9 years old.
I started with 9 with training, and yeah, I was really good from beginning on because I was already training since I'm 3 from my father. Yeah,
right.
You know, when the father was sportist too, you start very early.
Yeah.
So I came to boxing, and I was really not so bad. I was really doing good.
And where was this?
In Albania.
In Albania. Is that where you're from?
Yeah.
Are you fully Albanian?
Kind of mixed, but more, let's say more Albanian. Yeah.
More Albanian,
more
because you seem very well traveled and you've been around the world. I've obviously got a chance to get to know you away from the studio. Tell us some of the places that you've been to around the world that have kind of helped shape you as a fighter.
Yeah, I was living in Russia.
Okay.
I was living long time in Germany,
mm-hmm.
in Thailand.
Mm-hmm.
The last 5 years I was moving back and forward between Spain and Colombia.
Wow, what was Colombia like?
It's very different to Dubai.
He's being polite. It's very different to Dubai. How is it different to the UAE?
Oh, it's a different mentality. South Americans are different. It's very nice too, you know.
Yeah, it has its pros and cons, obviously.
Yeah, like every country.
Yes. And how long were you in Colombia for?
Oh, I was just back and forward moving, like every time 2-3 months.
Yeah. And you fought a lot of familiar names, let's say, in the world of boxing. Carlos Takam, Derek Chisora, to name a few. But you actually made your professional debut on the 17th of May in 2014, knocking out David Liska in the first round. I'm going to try and recap your brain with that. When you walk into your first professional fight, people talk a good game, but when you walk into your first professional fight, what's going through your mind as a boxer?
The thing is, I had already as an amateur over 100 fights, yeah, so it was for me basically the same. I was not really nervous or anything.
Yeah.
I know what's gonna expect me in the ring because I was fighting as amateur every kind of fighter. I was fighting Olympic game winner, I was fighting world champions. So in the ring, nothing really can surprise me except you have 3 arms.
Yes.
So
do you change your mentality when you go from amateur to professional?
Oh no, I was training hard.
You're training hard.
Still, no.
So you know, sometimes when people make it as a professional,
yeah.
they switch things up, they develop things. Did you change anything, or did you keep the same
Oh no, sure. It's a complete different sport from amateur boxing to the pros.
Yes.
It starts already from the rounds. As an amateur, you fight 3 times 3 minutes.
Yeah.
And a pro, you fight up to 12 rounds to 3 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So because of that, you need to also change your style, because there are people that are like world-class amateurs, and the pros, they can do nothing because they're too much in their style. They go 3 rounds full, and then 4th round they're dead.
Yeah.
So you need to stretch your style, you know.
Yeah.
And this was for me this was never a problem, because when I was amateur, how to describe you, man? When I had a fight, I was in the beginning very slowly. So I need 1-2 rounds to wake up, yeah?
Yeah.
So after a while, my coaches, they make me before the fights so tired on the pads
Okay.
that I go in the fight like I'm the 3rd, 4th round.
Right. Okay, that's interesting actually. So you would change your approach to the first 2 rounds because you were quite rusty before.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Excellent. And then that would then almost get you sharp enough to be able to fight.
So the coach, they made me already so much warm on the pads before the fight that I go in the fight like in the 3rd round, you know, as an amateur.
Absolutely. Is that why most of the time you would look to kind of knock out your opponents early on because you're already sharp enough to do so?
I'm already sharp, yeah.
Yes, excellent. And you know, you said something very interesting, styles. And I often hear the word styles, and then I hear styles make fights. What's your style?
I would say I'm like a aggressive counter fighter. The thing is, I'm a heavyweight.
Yeah.
But I'm quite small for a heavyweight.
What's small for a heavyweight?
Small
for people that need to know.
Means the size and the weight.
Yes.
Usually this top heavyweights at the moment, they have like 120, 125 kg.
Right.
And I have like 100, 102.
Interesting, okay.
And the heavyweights are like 2 meter tall, yeah, mostly. And I'm 1 meter 82.
Okay.
So if they fight against me, they have to punch down, yeah?
Yes.
And on top of that, I'm a southpaw. That means I'm left-handed.
Yes.
And so the stand is also different.
Interesting. Were you always a southpaw?
Oh yeah, I can fight both styles, but I'm mostly southpaw. Yeah. I have right with left, everything.
Interesting. You also coach, and I got to give a shout out to RBO, not just because they're they're our gym, but you also coach, and I've seen you coach. I've seen you coach me. I've seen you coach all sorts of different levels. Do you have to switch from fighter to coach, or do you stay the same?
I think I stay the same. I just when I coach somebody, I see what is his weakness and how I would punch him, but I don't punch him. I just tell him, hey, close better here.
Yeah. Interesting. And have you changed? But you also coach children as well.
Yeah.
Have you changed your style with children?
No, still tough. I just tell them what to do and how to do.
Yeah.
But the thing is, in boxing, after a while, everybody develops his own style. Yeah.
Yes.
But I try everybody to just show the basics.
Yeah.
And on the basics, they develop their own style. Yeah.
Yes.
But I don't try somebody to mix in to say here and this you're doing wrong. Yeah.
Yes. You appreciate the styles they have, but you add to their weaknesses.
No, I just optimize, because everybody is different. You know.
Yeah.
Somebody have a longer arm, somebody have a shorter leg.
Yes.
That makes a lot on the difference on the style, yeah?
Yes.
And many I see many coaches, for example, they try to push their style to every fighter.
Right.
But that's wrong.
Excellent. There you go. Some nuggets for you guys to feed off. Right, okay, what's coming up next? We're gonna talk to Senad Gashi about what it takes to become a fighter on the only place to be at 3, the halftime show on Pulse 95.
This is the halftime show with Omar Adori on Pulse 95.
It sure is that time, and we're boxing here in the studio with Senad Gashi live on Pulse 95 Radio. Or if you missed the show anytime, don't worry, you can catch us on YouTube, Pulse 95 Radio, or head over if you prefer a podcast, Apple, Spotify, SoundCloud, and Rami, all there with these fantastic guests. We got a riddle for you today, which you can win 500 dirhams on Sharjah. All you have to do is actually head over to the evening karak with Mikate and Aisha Al-Mazmi and answer this riddle. It's in the heart, not in the money, for the ones in need, not the ones who don't. It's an annual duty and one of the pillars. What is it? Text us on 4215, let us know, and they will announce the winner tonight at 8:30 on the show. So come on, guys, we want you guys to win some money. Grab that answer, make sure it's right, put your name down, and we will announce it later today. Shout out to everyone who's tuned in on Instagram Live. We have Senad Gashi on the show today. Okay, Senad, quick question for you, my bro. Everyone talks about fighting, but what does it really take to become a fighter?
It depends. If you just want to be a fighter or if you want to be the best.
How do you be the best?
To be the best, many people see something and they think they cannot reach it, but the thing is, we are all humans, yeah, and the day have 24 hours, so you have to see how you use this 24 hours in your favor. It's not just the training, it's also the lifestyle. Many people go to the gym, for example, 1 hour, and then they think, okay, they're done. But no, that they have 24 hours. What to do with the rest of it? So you have to put all your life into it. It's not just this 1 hour of training.
It's a lifetime commitment.
Exactly.
And we mentioned it earlier on the show. You know, you've traveled the world. You've been around so many different countries, and you've learned from so many different people. How has that developed you as a boxer?
As a boxer, yeah, you learn a lot of new styles. You see a lot of different coaching techniques, and you understand it. But the most important for my boxing was, I would say, my university. I did also sports scientist in Germany. Was the university, and it's important to understand how the body works, how the body adapts, how the bones are, how the muscles work. Yeah. When I finished my university, I felt like Neo in Matrix. I saw everything like green coming down. Yeah. Sounds crazy, but this is how it was.
And as a fighter, do you learn as much through university as you do in the ring?
The university was for my body. This was for my mindset. Yeah. Because I didn't want to be one of these dumb boxers.
Yeah.
And in the ring, you learn different. You gain experience, but this experience I gained also from all the sparrings. You know.
Yeah.
So.
And when it comes down to that, and actually something I wanted to ask you about, a lot of people are fearful of losing. They're fearful of losing fights. They're fearful of losing boxing matches. How important is it to lose?
It is a part of the game. It depends also how you lose. You know, if you would have now a fight. If I would have now a fight, for example, which I lose close by points, but which I still can fight, so I would be okay with it, But it would be crazy if I would fight and somebody would completely destroy me. Then I wouldn't fight again.
How damaging is that on confidence when it comes down to, like you said, when you lose on points, you learn from it, but when you lose, how important is confidence in boxing?
You need to believe in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, nobody gonna do it. You need to have the attitude of a champion, you know?
Yeah.
You have to go somewhere, they have to feel the energy before you're there.
Yeah. And from the fights you've had, you know, having looked around and seen the way that you've gone through fights from your debut all the way to now, how is the Senad now compared to the Senad that started his debut?
More injured.
More injured. No, like as in like how mature. You mentioned mindset.
Yeah.
How different is your mindset now to when you started?
I think my mindset haven't much changed in kind of fighting and training, because I know what worked for me. I know this since I'm small. I know how my body adapts and everything, the only thing, what in my opinion I do wrong is that I do too much. I go too extreme. I go over the extra mile.
Is it a skill to be able to control that?
100%. I cannot let it go. I do, for example, exercises. Many people say, okay, do exercise 10 times,
Yeah.
I do it till the muscle ruptures or stuff like that. I cannot control that.
Would you say you are your biggest opponent?
Oh yeah, 100%. The guy in the mirror.
The guy in the mirror.
Straight here.
Yeah. And how do you tackle that opponent?
I try to work. I try to be better than yesterday.
Yeah.
This is every time I go, you know.
Yeah. That's very interesting. Development is very key when it comes to boxing. Your development has obviously, at the age of 30 now, am I right?
Yeah.
At the age of 30 now. Your development, obviously, you've had the experience in the ring. How important is it to continue to develop even when you reach a certain age or a certain stage in your career?
I think who stands still lose. You know, also the sport is changing. There are coming new sports method and everything.
Yeah.
And it's important to adapt to the new generation.
Yeah.
So I think it's a very, very important point. The one who stops to learn stops existing in boxing, you know.
Yeah, very good. Very, very good. You mentioned something earlier, which we won't mention which gym, but there was an experience earlier that you said You came into one of the gyms, and normally sparring is not something that they charge you for, and you went to go in. What happened with that?
No, I was in the gym and they had usually have in every gym like a free trial. I called them on the phone, they said you can come free trial. So I go there in the gym and they say, yeah, today, I don't know, they saw me. They said, you need to pay. I say, why I need to pay? They said, yeah, because today is sparring. I said, yeah, but before was no sparring. They said, okay, not today is sparring, you need to pay. I said, okay, I'm gonna pay you, but this is gonna cost much more. So yeah, I did sparring and
you knocked them all out.
Everybody out. Yeah.
You said it in such a... Yeah, I knocked everyone out. Okay, coming up next, we're talking to Senad Gashi about his fights at the O2 Arena, also against fighters like Takam and Chisora, and what he thinks of the heavyweight division. So make sure you stay tuned for more on the only place to be at 3, the halftime show on Pulse 95.
This is the halftime show with Omar Adori on Pulse 95.
Yes, we are live on Pulse 95 Radio in the heart of Sharjah with my guest Senad Gashi, who's in the building today. And actually, if you were catching him on Instagram live, he was showing you some of the combinations he was doing, which probably got RR thinking, what the hell is going on in the studio? Shout out to everyone who's tuned in, and a special shout out actually to someone who's a regular listener, and her mum's a regular listener. Angelica, happy birthday from us here at Pulse 95, sending you all the love, and I hope you have an incredible day, and your daughter is extremely proud of you. So happy birthday, Angelica. We also have a riddle if you want to win 500 dirhams here in Sharjah. The riddle is, it's in the heart, not in the money, for the ones in need, not the ones who don't. It's an annual duty and one of the pillars. What is it? Text us on 4215 Ittasalat, or do I hear someone whispering in the background? That is Senad Gashi, who's here in the background. You can catch him right there on the back. What's up, Ben, Saad, and of course everyone. Big Hass is also tuned in. We've got the professional boxer here in the studio. Senad, how you doing?
What's up, man? Yeah, everything fine.
You enjoying it?
Yeah, I love it.
You're having fun in the background. You worked up a little sweat with that combination you showed us. What was that?
I see all the time myself in the camera. I'm distracted. I don't know how you guys can stand that all the time.
What was that combination? A 1-1-3-2-1-1 boom boom?
I don't know. It was boom boom was between. Yeah.
Senad, you fought some world-class fighters. What's it like fighting Carlos Takam at the O2 Arena in December 2018? What was that like?
It was nice to fight in front of so many people. You know, there was like 25,000 people, and it was really exciting. The thing is, with Carlos Takam, they give me a very short notice on that fight. They called me like 2 days before, and he was supposed to fight Michael Hunter, who's also one top 10 fighter in the world. So he could make it. They asked me, Senad, do you want to jump in? And I know the guy, at the moment I was just smoking shisha. I'm like smoking shisha. And I said to myself, okay, let's do it. Why? Because I know I'm gonna sell myself good there, yeah? And I know it doesn't matter. The guy had 10 weeks of preparation, and I did with him a crazy fight. But so I went in sometime. You need to go. You need to go for it. You know, there never comes the perfect opportunity in life. Yeah,
correct.
Sometimes you need to jump in.
Correct. And from that fight, what did you take away as a fighter? What did you learn about yourself in that fight?
Oh, I'm much tougher than I thought.
Really?
Yeah, that was because like I said, this guy had a 10-week fight preparation. He was like fully trained. I had like two days preparation. I was 2 days in order. And I went like 8 rounds and I did a great fight.
Excellent. Masoud's asking you a question here. How often it's important to prepare yourself mentally for boxing, even if you're dealing with cramps or injuries, he's asking.
Oh, you have to be all time ready, yeah. It sounds sometimes crazy, but sometimes when I go to a room and I see people, I think which combination I could fight on them, yeah?
Yeah.
It's like
when you look at someone, can you tell how you would approach a fight?
Oh yeah, every time.
Yeah?
Every time. When I see guys with long hair, I think every time I just would grab them.
And there's a question here from Masoud asking, any tips for beginners for boxing?
For beginners, I would advise you to search for a good coach.
Yeah.
And to learn the first steps there, not to learn something by yourself. Otherwise, it's very hard to get a bad technique out, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. There's another question for you here. You also fought in December 2018, you were on the same card as Dillian Whyte, Derek Chisora. You then went to fight Derek Chisora April 20th, 2019.
Yes.
talk to me about that as an experience, and how was that different to the Takam fight?
That is because I did such a great fight with Takam. That's why they give me the Derek Chisora fight. So my how's it called? Mood, my anchorage got awarded.
Right.
With another big show, yeah.
Yes.
So this time I was well prepared, yeah. And I was fighting against the hero of the city, yeah. Chisora is like of London. He's like the main man.
Yes.
And it was nice, you know. I came in, everybody was screaming against me, but I liked it.
How is that? You know, we see that in movies sometimes. Yeah. We see how it is to be the underdog or someone that is the fans are against.
Yeah.
How you said you like it?
Yeah.
Do you thrive off that, energy-wise?
Oh yeah, I like it. I went to the ring, and I stepped on the ring, on the ropes, and the referee told me come in. I said no. And he said, why? I said, I soak up the hate.
You soak up the hate, okay. And did you use that to fuel yourself for the fight?
Yeah, no, I just enjoyed every moment, you know, because fighters, boxing is a very unthankful sport. You train 10 weeks for one fight, and you just get this thing for this attention for 30 minutes. So you have to enjoy every second of it. Yeah. You know, and when you're in front of 30,000 people and they shout against you, this is something crazy. This is cool. This motivates you. This fuel you up. Yeah. It's not like in football. Football, you have like 22 people. Everybody's watching on everybody. Yeah. But in a boxing match, 30,000 people just on you. Yeah. And you know, okay, these guys, give it to me. Yeah. Because I take it.
All the pressure is on one person, whilst in football it's spread over everyone else. Yeah. Another interesting thing, having fought Derek Chisora the way you did, how would that be different if you fought him now? Because that was a long time ago.
Yeah, that was. I did too much counterboxing. The thing is, this is the topic again. Style make fights. Yes. Sometimes you have two people. For example, Chisora is also a very aggressive guy, like me in boxing. Yeah. Yeah. But sometimes some styles don't fit together. You have sometimes two people you think now gonna be war, and then it's very different. For example, I'm a counter boxer. That means if somebody punches, I try to punch between. Yeah. And Chisora is a guy who throws power shots. Yeah. So for example, he throws shots and I countered him. Yeah. So he didn't attack anymore. So the action couldn't go through, you know? It's like style make fights. Yes. Everybody was expecting war, but from both sides it became very, very tactical.
It was more like a chess match.
Yeah, it was very tactical from anybody. Because the style didn't match.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there you have it, folks. You see, we're giving you a scope of what it's like to be in the ring, and it's great to have, obviously, Senad Gashi here to be able to discuss these experiences with us. But if you have any questions for him, make sure you text us on 4215 Itasalat Urdu, or slide into my DMs at Omar Alduri and let me know. And a shout out to everyone else, by the way. The room today is on fire, who's throwing in their comments on the social media, on the Instagram live, and keeping us entertained. And by the way, what I love about that is you got Masood in India, you got, Florin in New York, you got Dino in the UK, you got all the RBO fam and everyone here from, the UAE tuning in. Send us your questions in. We're going to take a quick break now. We're just going to have the prayer, and as soon as we get back, we'll answer those questions to our man, the champion, who's in the studio today, Senad Gashi. Let us know, like I said, 4215 at Salat Urdu, or send it to my DMs. Here's the Adhan prayer going off. We'll be right back after this. Enjoy, folks.
This is the Halftime Show with Omar Adori on Pulse 95.
Yes, we are here, we are live, and we are chilling on Pulse 95 Radio in the heart of Sharjah. Me, Omar Adori, and Senad Gashi here, making it cool on the show. We had some great questions coming in, so I'm going to go straight into it. Senad, so you got some questions in from the listeners. Who hits harder, Takam or Chisora?
I forgot already. I cannot really tell. They've all been normal.
They've all been normal?
Yeah.
Okay.
Was nothing...
normal for you. Was not normal for us. Who's your dream opponent?
Dream opponent? Oh, yeah. I would like to fight Andy Ruiz.
Andy Ruiz?
Andy Ruiz.
Excellent.
Or Luis Ortiz. I would like to have these guys, yeah.
Yeah. What about those two guys stands out for you? Why did you pick those two?
Oh, yeah, because of the style. I think this would make a good fight, because just stylistic-wise from the style.
Is it different fighting Mexican fighters?
Oh, yeah. The Mexican fighters... They love to fight. Sometimes you see European fighters, they get a combination and they freeze. And Mexican fighters, they get the combination, they go through.
Excellent.
It's a different. It's cool.
Can you also introduce Rochelle to Anthony Joshua one day? She sent a question.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
Why not?
Great. Boxing Expertise sends a question and asks, how would you fight Anthony Joshua if you had the opportunity?
He's a bigger guy. I would go to his body and then to the head. So I would make him with the guard down and explode. I wouldn't box much against him. I would like to destroy.
You like to destroy?
Yeah, because there's an old saying in boxing. It said, a fighter you need to box, and a boxer you need to fight.
Interesting.
So in Joshua, I think he's more a boxer, but he's a taller guy. How can a shorter guy box against him?
Right.
Against him you need to fight. You need to make it a dog fight.
Right. And conditioning wise, would you say that's one of his strongest attributes?
Oh yeah, his body wise, he's a monster. From his physique, he lives from it.
Yeah. We've got also another question here for you. Where did the nickname Sisi come from?
Never heard of it.
There you go. He answered your question, but I'm sure when he sees you, he'll let you know. Okay. Are you doing combo tech today? Yes, he will be doing combo tech today. Omar, you're the man, bro. No, Ben, you're the man. Let me just tell you, Ben is one of the best boxing coaches out there and someone I love working with. We got Takam forever. We got Andy Ruiz. We got Gashi can catch Ruiz in the exchanges 100%. I agree with you, Ben. I would actually love to see that fight. That would be amazing. We fight in Ready Cardiff, Takam versus Joshua. I don't know what that means. You looking good, brother. Keep smiling, Senad. That's for you. A question for you now. People talk a lot about the pound for pound best fighters.
Yeah.
What's your take on when you look at the different fighters at the moment, the different boxers? Yeah. Who's the best pound for pound? Is there such a thing at the moment?
There's for sure, but I really don't take a closer look on that because it's just. It don't influence me, you know. I look on myself, on my weight class, the guys around, and that's it.
Yeah. And let me throw some boxes your way. Yeah. I want to know your opinion on them as a fighter from being in the ring against a lot of these guys. Dillian Whyte. What do you think of Dillian Whyte?
Every name who you're gonna say, I'm gonna say he's great because he have the same passion and same love like me. Okay.
And with that, what's different about Dillian Whyte to Derek Chisora, for example, that you fought?
I don't know. I think Derek Chisora was fighting Dillian Whyte twice. He was leading on points.
In the first fight?
In the second fight.
In the second fight.
Then he got knocked out in the 11th round.
Yeah.
So, and Chisora actually is not easy to box, I would say. It's very easy. When I fight him, I was surprised that he's so easy to hit.
With Chisora?
Yeah, I was surprised. Like, I was thinking, is he maybe holding back or something? No, but he was not.
Right. What about someone like Tyson Fury?
Yeah.
How technically skilled is he as a fighter?
For the heavyweight division, 100% a lot, because the most heavyweights, they throw like 1-2 hands. Yeah. And he's like, you can see these punches. This is why I like the heavyweight for me. Yeah. Because you can adapt very fast what's gonna happen, you know. Yeah. And Tyson Fury, he's a good boxer. He has the size, he has the technique, and he's like a historian. Yeah. He knows fights from the 30s, from the 20s.
Yes. Does fighting IQ really make a difference as a boxer?
Oh yeah, 100%.
How much do you study boxing before entering the ring against your opponent?
You know, if you have a fight, you need like 12 weeks of preparation, yes? Mm-hmm. And in the first 4 weeks, you're gonna do a lot of weight training, a lot of running to build up your cardio, your stamina for the 12 rounds. In the next 4 weeks, you're gonna do on the pads the combinations what you have to use on the opponent. Yeah. And then next 3 weeks you take sparring partners who are very similar from the physique and from the boxing style like your opponent, and you use these combinations what you learned the 4 weeks before. Mm-hmm. So this is the procedure
for boxing.
For boxing, for a fight.
How much notice do you take to analysts or ex-boxers who comment on boxing? For example, someone like Teddy Atlas, who's quite famous in the boxing world. When he talks about boxing, do you think that's outdated, or do you actually take on the information he gives?
I listen to everything, but it needs to make sense for me. There is, for example, many trainers who say this is the best punch. If I heard this already, I get sick because there is no best punch. Yes. Every anatomy is different, like I said. Yeah. Yes. And I try to listen. I was also, by the way, training in Catskill, where Mike Tyson learned boxing.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
Castamato school, I was training there.
Wow. Okay. There's a question here for you as well from Florin, all the way from New York. Would you ever make the transition to UFC?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah?
I'm a fighter through and through. I fight already in the supermarket for the last package of potatoes. Why not?
That would be one expensive potatoes. We've also got a question here from Boxing Expertise asking, would you fight in MMA against Francis Ngannou?
Ngannou, yeah. I would fight against anybody.
Yeah.
Because everybody is a human.
Yes.
You know,
yes.
everybody is afraid. Everybody want love. Everybody have two arms.
Yes.
I would fight against anybody.
I mean, you know what, Senad? We are approaching full time on the halftime show. It's been such an honor to have you here. We've had so much fun. Shout out to Rochelle as well, who's here in the studio keeping us company. Before I let you go, where can we follow you? Are you active on social media?
Yeah.
Can you let us know your handles?
Senad Gashi official.
Senad Gashi official. Is that on all the platforms?
No, on
Instagram?
on Tinder, Instagram.
Ignore that last comment. Gonna get me in trouble. Thank you very much for tuning in. And guys, remember, if you did come into the last part of the show, you can always catch our episodes on Apple, Spotify, SoundCloud, and Rami. If you like podcasts, or even if you prefer a visual, head over to the YouTube channel on Pulse 95 Radio, and you can find us there. We've got fantastic guests like this man here who's giggling in the background, Senad Gashi, and we really appreciate you tuning in. I hope you've enjoyed the show as much as I have, and we will see you every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday, 3 to 4. Senad, thank you very much, my man.
Thank you very much for being here. Yeah?
Thank you for being here. Have a great day, folks, and we'll see you soon. Take care, peace and love. I'm out.
If you liked this episode of The Halftime Show, drop a like and subscribe.
95.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram for all our daily updates and top stories.